Hello everybody, I'm Mark London.
And I'm Elmo Beard with a conservative conversation with Kay Ekey of the Garland County Election Commission.
Our special guest, Kay. We'd like to welcome you to the studio. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. I appreciate you inviting me today.
Very good, yeah. So we like to call ourselves a conservative conversation because we are very much concerned with conserving the Constitution, the rule of law, and
conserving the right to vote without any cause to discourage people from voting. We want them to want to vote. We want them to look forward to voting, and want them to enjoy voting without a dread.
yeah. So that's our main thing. Is we're the reason that we have Kay here is because she is a local county election commissioner, which very few people probably know even what that is. I certainly don't know very much about it myself. So Kay's going to be explaining to us what you do.
Each county in Arkansas has 3 election commissioners. They're elected by the party in January of odd-numbered years, and they serve a 2-year term. Each county gets, or the majority county in the state, which is the party which holds the majority of the state constitutional offices, which are governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state. Those offices, that is considered the majority party, and they're allowed two commissioners. The minority party then, which is the Democrat Party in Arkansas, is allowed 1 commissioner. And we work together to run the elections. Everything from lining up polling locations, recruiting, training, and certifying poll workers, testing the equipment ahead of time to make sure that it's working accurately,
Yeah.
publicizing elections.
So Kay, what would you say about the state of our elections in Garland County, Arkansas? Do you think we're doing a very good job of having free and fair elections, and do we see any significant voter fraud? I know a lot of people think that there may be voter fraud, and that is a big deal. What do you think about it?
That has not been an issue at all in Garland County. Our elections run very smoothly. We're very well respected throughout the state. And when we've done, audits on the results, where we do a hand count of a certain percentage of randomly selected issues, we've always had 100% accuracy with our results.
I think Kay would say that our election commissioners are a model for the rest of the state of Arkansas. Having been a part of it, I'm very proud of the work that we're doing there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elmer is
You're saying that we're a model for the rest of the state.
Yeah, our errors, our mistakes are less than anywhere else in the state of Arkansas.
Well,
We're experienced people on our commission.
Well, kudos to you then, Kay. I assume you're an important piece of that.
Well, thank you, and I followed in Mr. Beard's footsteps. He was the commissioner prior to me.
Kay was going to bring her T-shirt that she couldn't find earlier, but could you tell us what that T-shirt says?
Bad politicians are elected by good people who didn't vote.
I really like that statement. So if you didn't vote, don't complain about the person who got elected for public office. You helped elect him by not voting at all. And that's not being too philosophical. Having my experiences being a candidate for public office so many years, I just believe in it truly.
Yeah. And Elmer, how many times have you been elected?
15, candidate for 15 times. I won 8, so I want to stay above 50% and stay out of the rest of them.
Yeah, so if you go for 16, you could break even, and now you have a winning record.
I'm at a winning record so far.
Very good, sir. Congratulations. That's pretty impressive. And you ran for alderman, is that correct?
I ran for alderman once, I re-elected 7 times. I ran for mayor 4 times, and it was in one runoff. That's not correct. I ran for mayor 4 times. Didn't get enough votes, but I never lost. But I ran for JP and was in a runoff. I think that comes to 15 candidates.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
I turned it into a career.
Wow,
I'm told that you can't do that, but I did it.
I just, personally, since we're friends, I have to put a plug in. I go, well, man, we would have had a great mayor if Elmer had been elected.
That's right.
So, sorry for the bias, folks. I just can't help myself. Anyway, what else do we want to tell people? We were looking up some laws here, but yeah, go ahead and say if you have some ideas.
I want Kay to tell us how to file my petition, a little bit about running for public office by filing for a petition, because everyone is not going to have the hundreds and thousands of dollars to run for office beyond the county positions.
I see.
So most do, and you go, if it's it's not thousands of dollars if you're doing it local within the county.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're running for county office, you go to the county clerk's office, pick up the petition. There's a packet that explains how to do everything.
Oh,
Any
nice.
questions, you can go to the Secretary of State's website, and they have, all sorts of resources there.
Yeah.
And for a lot of offices, it's not that many signatures on a petition at all.
Very good. I just wanted to pop this up real quickly here. It's something that we could read on the screen here that we can see. We've seen a number of challenges to voting rights in Arkansas over the past few years, and one of them is voters without a photo ID can no longer sign an affidavit to confirm their identity at the polls. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All
It
right.
must show, it does not have to be a driver's license, but it does have to be issued by the federal government, the state government.
Okay. However, if you do show up and you don't happen to have your ID on you, you can cast a provisional ballot, isn't that correct?
Yes.
And provide a valid ID to the county election officials by noon on the Monday following the election. Does that mean before Monday anytime? Can they come in on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Correct.
Monday, okay. And then at the latest by noon on Monday following the election. So that's making it pretty easy to vote, folks. We would love to have as many people voting as possible. And one of the things that we learned, I think that you have some stats for us, don't you, Kay, about the turnout in recent elections. And we're trying to really help people understand how powerful their vote is. If you vote for a local election, your taxpayer dollars, most of your taxpayer dollars go, or a high percentage go to local usage. And so if you vote for your local people, you'll get a lot of bang for your vote.
My stats right now don't have the 2024 election in them. The papers I grabbed up were prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 2020 presidential election, 69% of our registered voters turned out for that. But that means what? 31% didn't.
That's what that means, yeah.
Yeah.
So going back to Kay's T-shirt that she didn't bring with her, if I may, the fact that a lot of the politicians you may not like were elected by good people who didn't show up to vote. So.
And
keep it in mind.
In the presidential primary, we had 31% turnout to vote. A lot of people don't understand about primaries, and turnout then is low. Then in the 22 governor race, because there are two main types of general elections. Presidential elections are every 4 years, and then on the even number year in between there, we have what's called midterms, because it's in the middle of the presidential term. And that's all congressmen are elected for 2 years, so they're up for re-election. And that's also the election where the governor and secretary of state and all those people are on the ballot. The president isn't, but So during one election, we elect all of our state people, and on the other one, we do the president and our senators.
Is the governor every 6 years? Is that how long?
No, it's 4 years.
Every 4 years, okay. So the next...
every even number year, we have an election, and it's
Yeah.
either a presidential or it's a gubernatorial.
Yeah.
And we had 51% turnout for the
For governor.
and that's of the people who were registered.
Yeah.
There's a lot that aren't registered.
Yeah.
That pretty near covers it, doesn't it, Kay?
And the other thing that to me is troubling is the age groups that we have voting.
Yeah.
And let's see, this is the 2024 March primary election. Ages 75 and over, there were 3,407 people age 75 or over that voted. And that was about even to the number that was ages 18 through 55 combined.
Oh, wow.
We had 1.9% of those that were eligible 18 to 24.
You see how powerful that age group you could be?
2.9% from 25 to 34. People in the 35 to 44 age group, a grand total of 728.
Wow.
Yeah, only
So you
5.7%.
So younger people, you could see how powerfully effective your vote could be.
Absolutely.
A few more people voting in the 18 to 24 range would, double your percentage of participation.
Well, you're talking about tax money, and most of it stays here. These young folks are letting people over 75, determine the taxes they're going to pay for the next quite a few years.
You want all us old fogies to determine your fates? I think that's not fair. I think you're eligible to vote. Express your opinions. Get some young people in office, people you like. Maybe you should run. Who knows?
Age 18.
Yeah.
You can register up to 6 months before you turn 18. And that's important because you have to register at least 30 days before the election to be eligible to vote in it.
Got it.
So if the election is November the 10th and your birthday was the end of October and you waited till you turned 18, you're kind of out of luck for that election.
So they could have come in how far in advance?
6 months.
6 months in advance, even if your birthday, you're turning 18
August or July. Or
yeah. You can register to vote and then be eligible to vote when you turn 18.
And the election commission here in Garland County goes each year to all 7 of our public school districts, and we arrange with the principal to have an assembly with high school students. It's up to them if they want it to be seniors only or juniors and seniors. We take election equipment with us, the express vote, touchscreen machine, and then the DSM tabulator they run it through.
Okay.
And we'll usually put a fake election on there that's more of a survey type thing.
Yeah.
Just so they can, see what it's like, have an idea what to expect, not be intimidated.
Very educational.
By it. We do take registration forms with us, trying to just educate them on the importance of voting.
Yeah.
And get them excited about it.
Well, man, I really appreciate what
Got a good class.
an election. I'm sorry, your title again is election commissioner. Sorry about that. Yeah, what an election commissioner does. A lot of people probably don't even know that there is such a thing. Now, maybe if you've had an opportunity to see us here, you can tell your friends what an election commissioner is about.
And that particular activity isn't really an election commissioner activity. That is something I think that Mr. Beard was
initiated when I was commissioned.
just trying to get people out there, and we have continued it. Because technically, voter registration is a duty of the county clerk. They
I see.
register people and find out, who's eligible to vote, and they put them into the database, and then we run the elections.
Yeah, so you're kind of doing some extracurricular work beyond what a normal elections commissioner would do because of our friend Elmer here, who has initiated some new
And
activities.
because of that, we appreciate Kay coming in and educating the public through
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
our podcasting business.
Yeah, so
We might need to have our back mark before the election with some updates.
would you be willing to come back and join us again before the
I'd be
election?
happy to. I'd really like to come back before the primary election,
Yeah,
because I know those are quite confusing for a lot of voters. They don't understand why they can only vote for one party, and
yeah, okay.
why isn't this person on my ballot? So I'd like to.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Discuss that.
something very useful for people to know and understand prior to the midterms coming up here, so that you can understand how your registration may affect your ability to vote for someone based on your political affiliation.
We'll stay in touch and look forward to having her come back.
So I have a few questions just to wrap things up here, and that is, have we missed anything that you think is important for our viewers to know about?
If you're considering running for office, now's a good time to be considering it, because you have to file in early November. So
Can you file
Explore now.
before November, or you have to wait till November?
there's a window in there, but you can start collecting signatures and stuff prior to that.
Yeah, so the signatures, what are those for?
To get on the ballot.
So, to have your name put on the ballot, you have to have a certain number of people who support you?
Yes.
What does your signature piece say? It says that I'm so-and-so running for such and such office. Will you support me? Is that how it's worded?
No, I just think that, they don't even have to say they'd be voting for you. They just have to
And they
say
may not.
that they,
That'd be a registered
They
voter.
approve of
Yeah.
you.
that they approve of you
Getting on the
Yeah.
ballot. Will you support me getting my name on the ballot?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Do you know the
doesn't
numbers?
necessarily- It doesn't necessarily
I
mean
do
you're gonna
not
vote for
know,
them.
because that's something the county
Stay
clerk
tuned.
does.
Stay tuned, we'll get that information for you next time. And of course, you can check with the county clerk to get your information updated. How about you, Elmer? You got anything you want to add?
Nothing other than, if you don't vote, don't complain. We look forward to have you vote in and being a participant in maybe candidate for public office. We need younger people involved in it. Somebody that's gonna be there and pass the information,
Yeah.
the benefits of voting on to other people.
Yeah,
May I plug our website?
sure.
Okay, if you want information on elections in Garland County, you can go to garlandcountyvote.org. And, past election results, all sorts of stats, how to apply to become a poll worker, which is a paid position.
Yes.
Have become a poll watcher, which is someone who
yeah.
watches the polls, that is just full of information. And also we have a Facebook page, if where we
Oh, great.
try and remind people, now's the time to register. Go to this site, check your registration, because if you haven't voted in a number of elections,
Yeah.
or perhaps you've moved and need to change your address, things like that.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you for having
thank you
me.
very much, Kay, for coming to see us, and we're looking forward to
enjoyed
seeing
it.
all of you at the polls. All right, and also please come back and visit us at a Conservative Conversation. We're also on a bunch of other platforms, on Apple, on Substack, Blue Sky, I think several others. So please come and see us and say hello. Subscribe.
Stay in contact.
Thank you.